or they told me that night on a call, get ready, you're leaving on Wednesday. So I packed up my room.
Did Lexie Hull of the Indiana Fever just call out her own coach? Did Stephanie White, the head coach who was supposed to rebuild Indiana's struggling WNBA franchise, actually end up destroying one of her own players' careers? And how does Caitlin Clark, the superstar rookie who changed everything for the Fever, feel about all this? Because this story isn't just about basketball. It's about power, favoritism, silence, and how one of the hardest working players in the league may have been quietly pushed aside. Lexie Hull was never supposed to fail. At Stanford, she was everything a coach could dream of: smart, disciplined, and built for the team game. She won a national championship, graduated with honors, and became the 6th overall pick in the 2022 WNBA draft. For the Indiana Fever, who were desperate for stability, Lexie was supposed to be the face of their rebuild, a player who'd bring energy, defense, and heart to a team that badly needed it. But 3 years later, she was gone. When Stephanie White took over as head coach, she promised to restore structure and accountability. But almost immediately, the chemistry began to shift. Lexie, who was known for her relentless defense and hustle, was told to focus less on that and more on spacing and shooting. That wasn't her game. She wasn't built for flashy offense or volume scoring. She was a grinder, the kind of player who dove for loose balls and fought through screens. But when her shot didn't fall, her minutes disappeared. Her confidence began to crumble. And soon, her name wasn't even in the rotation anymore. Then came Caitlin Clark, the college phenom who turned the WNBA upside down. Her arrival didn't just change the Indiana Fever. It changed everything. The attention, the cameras, the pressure, it all exploded overnight. Every lineup, every substitution, every play was suddenly a topic of debate. And in the middle of that chaos, Lexie Hull's role quietly vanished. The Fever wanted to play faster. They needed shooters to space the floor for Clark's drives and passes. Lexie's defensive-first identity didn't fit into that new system. And even though she worked as hard as ever, it wasn't enough. One team insider put it simply: when Caitlin came, it wasn't personal. Lexie just became the odd one out. Even Caitlin Clark seemed to notice what was happening. When asked about the team's depth, she mentioned Lexie by name, saying she always brought effort in practice and was one of the smartest players on the roster. But effort doesn't always beat politics. By mid-season, Hull's minutes had fallen from nearly 25 a game to less than 5. At one point, she didn't play for 7 games in a row. When a reporter finally asked Coach White about it, her answer was cold: "We're going with players who give us the best chance to win right now." That quote broke Lexie's silence. Days later, she posted a cryptic message on Instagram: "Sometimes silence is survival, but silence also tells stories people ignore." Fans flooded her comments, asking if it was about the team. She didn't reply, but everyone already knew. Soon after, her locker was cleared. Lexie Hull was gone from Indiana. Then came the moment that changed everything. A leaked podcast clip surfaced online. In it, Lexie Hull's voice could be heard saying, "Stephanie White ruined my career. I worked every day. I gave everything, and she took my confidence away." The clip spread like wildfire. Reporters rushed to verify it. The Fever issued a statement denying internal issues and praising White's leadership, but the damage was already done. Lexie's truth was out, and it struck a nerve. Across the WNBA, players began privately supporting her. Some even tweeted, "Speak your truth, Lexie. They love you when you're quiet, but call you difficult when you talk." Her story became a symbol of what so many players feel but rarely express: that in a league built on empowerment, silence is often the price of survival. And where was Caitlin Clark in all of this? Insiders say she was shocked. She respected Lexie from day one: her focus, her leadership, her humility. When asked about the situation, Caitlin didn't attack anyone, but her tone said everything. Sometimes the system doesn't fit everyone. But that doesn't mean they don't belong. Behind the scenes, teammates said Caitlin was frustrated, not just for Lexie, but for what the team was becoming. A place where pressure and politics were starting to matter more than teamwork. Lexie Hull's story isn't just one player's heartbreak. It's a reflection of how fast the WNBA is growing, and how that growth exposes deeper cracks. For years, players like Lexie were told that hard work and defense would earn them their place. But in a league now driven by superstars, sometimes hard work isn't enough. The spotlight shines only on a few, and those who don't fit the system get left behind. Lexie Hull refused to fade quietly. She spoke up. And by doing so, she forced everyone to look at what's really happening behind the curtain. Today, she's reportedly exploring opportunities overseas, in Spain or Australia, maybe to rebuild her confidence, maybe to rediscover her love for the game. Some say she might even go into coaching, determined to become the kind of mentor she never had. Whatever comes next, one thing is certain: Lexie Hull's story isn't over. If anything, this might be her rebirth. Because sometimes being pushed out doesn't end your career, it frees it. So what do you think? Did Stephanie White really ruin Lexie Hull's career? Or was this just the brutal truth of professional sports? And where does Caitlin Clark fit into all this? Can she fix what's broken inside the Indiana Fever? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories that shape women's basketball.